back, brother. This content is for those genuinely interested in men's rights. It covers complex, controversial topics that may not suit a general audience. If you're not part of the men's rights community, this video isn't for you, so feel free to tune out now. I'm Conrad Riker, a writer and advocate for fairness, dignity, and respect for men. This movement isn't about division, but addressing systemic injustices in divorce, family law, and societal expectations. Inspired by hardworking men unfairly stripped of their rights, I write for balance and justice. Together, we can change the narrative. Please like and subscribe if you appreciate this video, as it will help get the word out to those who need it. Thank you. Please relax and enjoy. This is an excerpt from Exposed: The Dark Side of Corruption. Exposed: The Dark Side of Corruption is an ebook available in all good stores. My name is Conrad Riker, and I've spent years studying corruption in all its forms. I've seen firsthand how it corrupts societies, destroys lives, and distorts the course of history. I wrote this book to expose the dark side of corruption and provide a comprehensive look into its various dimensions. I have seen corruption at all levels, from local bribery to international financial frauds, from political scandals to religious institutions' moral corruption. I've seen how technology has been used for corrupt purposes, how the media has been manipulated, and how the healthcare industry has been compromised. I've seen the hypocrisy in education, the greed in sports, and the ruthlessness in businesses. I've experienced the effects of corruption, and I've seen its victims. I've seen the despair in people's eyes when they lose their hard-earned money to scams, when their trust is betrayed by institutions they believed in, when their lives are disrupted by corrupt practices. Corruption is not just about breaking rules or laws. It's about power and greed, and it erodes the very fabric of our society. It's an insidious force that quietly infiltrates every aspect of our lives, often without us even realizing it. This book is for those who are tired of witnessing corruption and want to understand how it has shaped our history and continues to affect our societies. It's for those who want to see the world for what it is, without the sugarcoating. It's for those who want to understand the different facets of corruption, from historical instances to modern-day scandals. It's for those who are interested in learning about the efforts to fight corruption. If you want to gain a deeper understanding of corruption and its impact on society, then this book is your guide. I present real-life examples, historical context, and measures to combat corruption. I don't sugarcoat the truth or shy away from uncomfortable facts. I believe in presenting the truth as it is and letting you decide what to do with it. If you're not part of the target audience, this book may not be for you. If you're not interested in understanding the complexities of corruption, or if you're not prepared to see the world as it is, then this book might make you uncomfortable. If that's the case, I suggest you put down this book and take up some other hobby, or do something else with your time. But if you're ready to see the world without blinders, if you're prepared to understand the dark side of corruption, then this book is your guide. Welcome to the journey. This is going to be a tough ride, but I promise you, it's worth it. So let's get started. Are you ready? With the introduction completed, we are jumping to an extract from the book. Business corruption is a global issue that has affected economies for a long time. Enron, an energy company, is a prime example. Its collapse in the early 2000s was primarily due to dishonest accounting practices, which led to massive investment losses and the company's eventual bankruptcy. This particular issue of business corruption led to the formation of regulatory agencies such as the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC. In the US, the CS main purpose was to address business corruption directly, ensuring that transparency and fairness exist in the market. It's not an easy job, but through their constant work, they have succeeded in exposing, suing, and penalizing companies involved in corrupt practices. One such landmark legislation aimed at combating corruption is the Foreign Corrupt Practices Act. This legislation makes it unlawful for US companies to bribe foreign officials in a bid to secure business deals. Companies like Siemens, the German conglomerate, have faced the brunt of this act. Speaking of Siemens, their bribery case is a high-profile example of business corruption. In 2008, Siemens pleaded guilty to bribing government officials and agreed to pay over $1.6 billion in fines. The case was a shocking revelation of how deep corruption can run in the business world. The Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, OECD, plays a significant part in fighting corruption as well. Their Convention on Combating Bribery of Foreign Public Officials in International Business Transactions has been accepted by 44 countries, demonstrating the worldwide position against business corruption. Corruption in business is a complicated and widespread issue. Entities like the SEC Laws such as the Foreign Corrupt Practices Act and groups like the OECD serve as our primary defense against this issue. The Siemens bribery case illustrates the damage corruption can cause and the importance of consistent scrutiny. However, as long as we persistently strive for transparency and fairness, the negative aspects of corruption will continue to be revealed. Oh, corruption in business, a global issue that transcends borders. Consider this: in 5 of the 10 major emerging markets, more than 50% of businesses have acknowledged that corruption is a significant obstacle to their operation. It's a sad reality, but it's one that we need to confront head-on. It's not just the big corporations that are suffering, it's also the small businesses that are often forced to pay bribes to survive. The Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, OECD, has been pivotal in addressing this issue. Their Convention on Combating Bribery of Foreign Public Officials in International Business Transactions has been adopted by 44 countries, proving that the global community is serious about fighting corruption. But the question remains, is it enough? Take the case of Siemens, the German conglomerate that was involved in one of the largest bribery scandals in history. They paid over 1.6 billion in fines. But that's just a drop in the ocean when you consider the damage done to their reputation. The Foreign Corrupt Practices Act in the US has set the bar high for combating business corruption. The legislation makes it unlawful for US companies to bribe foreign officials to secure business deals. It's a bold move that has deterred many companies from engaging in corrupt practices. But as we've seen with Siemens, even the threat of hefty fines and legal action isn't enough to stop all instances of corruption. That's where regulatory bodies like the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, come in. They work tirelessly to ensure transparency and fairness in the market. They expose, sue, and penalize companies involved in corruption, sending a clear message that business corruption will not be tolerated. In sum, business corruption is a global problem that requires a global response. While regulatory bodies and legislation have made strides in tackling this issue, it's evident that corruption still exists. The onus is on us as a global community to remain vigilant and continue the fight against business corruption. Remember, every time you pay a bribe, invest in a corrupt company, or turn a blind eye to shady business practices, you're contributing to the problem. So let's take a stand, expose the dark side of corruption, and work towards a fair and transparent business world. And that, my friend, is the true cost of business corruption. It's not just about the fines paid or the legal battles fought. It's about the damaged reputation, the loss of trust, and the undermining of the very foundation of free and fair markets. By exposing corruption, we can pave the way for a better, more transparent business world. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your interest in Expose the Dark Side of Corruption, available in all good bookstores. Please like and subscribe. Thank you and God bless.